Hey group, so this lesson here is going to focus 100% on where blood goes in your body, okay? So if we look at, these are the questions we're trying to get to. Okay, but like if you look at this picture here, this is crazy, but this is what the blood really looks like inside our body. And it looks crazy complicated, and it is because blood's going all over the place. There's so many roads and highways in us. However, there is a pattern to where the blood goes, and that's the main focus of right now, is what is that pattern? Okay, so some things to know. All our cells want oxygen, right? So they can make energy. And all our cells want to get rid of carbon dioxide. Okay, that's what they all want. So the whole reason the blood has this little pattern is to fulfill this main goal. Now, I'm going to start off with what I call the simple version, or the basic version, and then I'll make it a little bit more complicated. All right, so here's the basic version. Our cells want oxygen. So the way where our blood goes is the first place it goes in our path is it goes to our lungs to get oxygen, okay? And then after it gets the oxygen, here's what most people think is it gets the oxygen and then it must head to the cells, but it doesn't. So after it gets the oxygen, what it does is it heads to the heart first, okay? You'll see it's like a double loop system. All right, so it gets the oxygen and then it heads to the heart. And the reason it goes to the heart is because your heart is the organ that can pump it to the rest of your body, okay? So it goes to the heart, and then from there, then the heart sends a big pump, and then it goes out to the rest of your body, where there it gives the oxygen to all the cells that it needs. Now that those cells have used those oxygen, the blood has to make its way back. So what it does now is these cells are low in oxygen, so they come on back and they go back to the heart. Okay? And then from the heart, again, it does a big squeeze, and then it goes to the lungs to get more oxygen. And that cycle continues over and over. Okay, so let's kind of simplify that. Ready? So your blood goes to your heart, goes to your lungs to get the oxygen, back to your heart, then goes to the body to deliver the oxygen, back to your heart, to the lungs to get more oxygen, heart, and over and over. It's a double loop system, okay? This is what I call the simplified version. I would say make sure you pause this video now, get this main idea, because things are about to get more complicated after this, where I give you some extra steps and some more names. But this is like the main idea of why it has a double loop system. So if you need to, pause it, learn it. Otherwise, keep on watching. Okay. Here's some things we have to review before we get into the complicated. Remember that arteries take blood away from the heart. These are your big highways going away from the heart. Your veins are the big highways that are bringing the blood back towards the heart. Okay, and your capillaries are crazy important because that's the spot where the veins and arteries meet. But more importantly than it's where they meet, it's where, because they're so thin, the oxygen and carbon dioxide can get exchanged there because it's such a thin blood vessel. Okay, so here we go. Before we get into, again, the real complicated, you need to know this too. Our heart is not just this pretty little heart shape, okay? Our heart has 4 different compartments inside it. We call them chambers inside of our heart, okay? And each of them has a different job. So when you look at this picture, it probably looks backwards, okay? When you usually look at a picture, because this is obviously our left and this is our right, the idea is it's almost like I am the heart here. So this is my right and this is my left, okay? You have 2 atrium. Your atrium are the top chambers of your heart, and then you have 2 ventricles that are the bottom chambers. And they're different, they look different. So I want you to see why they look different, because that'll help you understand why they have different jobs. So like, look at your ventricles here. There's a thick layer of muscle around them. The ventricles have this thick layer because their main job is to do this big squeeze and send it out either to the lungs or to the body. They're that big squeeze. Where if you look at your atrium, these 2 top layers here, their muscle layer is so thin because all they do is they just send it down here to the ventricle. Okay, your atriums just do a little squeeze and then it goes to the ventricle. And the same thing with the left atrium, it goes to the ventricle. Okay, it's the ventricle that send it out to the body. Now, look at the colors too. That's really, really important. Okay, blue usually means deoxygenated blood, where red means oxygenated blood. So if you think of it like this, right, when the blood is in the right side of the heart, it's not full of oxygen. So it has to go somewhere to get oxygen. So from the right side, it goes out to the lungs. That's the whole point of it, is to go get more oxygen. And then when it's in the left side of the heart, it's full of oxygen. So where it goes from here is it goes out to the body, to all those cells that need the oxygen. Okay? This will help you kind of remember where it goes. All right, let's do this, people. All right, so there's 8 main steps that I consider for the path of blood. Here they are. It's going to be like we just said, only a little bit more complicated. So we're going to start at the same spot, okay? In the lungs, we get the oxygen, and we get them through little capillaries. So we'll start, our first step is in the capillaries of the lungs, where it gets the oxygen. And then from there, where it goes, now it's full of oxygen, it goes into your left atrium. And then after it goes to your left atrium, it goes down into your left ventricle where it has the big muscles, and after the left ventricle, it'll squeeze it and it'll go out through the arteries of your body, wherever you need the blood, toes, fingers, okay, wherever. So it goes in the arteries, and then when it gets to its final destination, like I said, wherever cell needs oxygen, there's more capillaries in which it drops off the oxygen and picks up the carbon dioxide. Okay? Then after it's dropped it off, it comes back through veins into your right atrium, and then once it's in your right atrium, you'll see it's blue because it doesn't have any oxygen in it. It goes to your right ventricle, and then after your right ventricle, it gives a big squeeze, and it goes back out to the lungs where it can get more oxygen. So here are the 8 steps. I'll say them again for you. Capillaries of the lungs to go get oxygen, then into your left atrium, from there into your left ventricle, from there to the arteries of your body, to eventually the capillaries in your body, back up through the veins of your body, into your right atrium, into your right ventricle, and then from there, squeeze back out to your lungs. Okay? I've typed it all up right here for you if you'd like to kind of pause it. I probably should put repeat there because it goes over and over and over again. So this is your 8-step path of blood inside of our body. Okay? Practice it. Try not to simply memorize it. Again, the more you get why it's going to certain places, you understand how the heart is made up differently, the more you get it and why things are happening, the more it'll actually stick inside your head as opposed to simply just trying to memorize 8 steps. That doesn't do it for you. And as always, if you need any help, I'm here to help you.